52 miles an hour. Confirmed with this vintage RC Car Action magazine. HPI Savage Octane, 3-speed. What's going on, Nitro gang? This is the world's fastest 1/8 scale Nitro monster truck, the XTM Mammoth. Now this particular one is in like new factory condition. Probably the nicest one any of us will ever see. And I am honored to be able to do this review. Special thanks to my friend Benjamin, who brought this to the channel. Why don't you give us all a little story, history, how you picked that XTM Mammoth up?
Well, first of all, I picked it up because being a part of the Nitro gang, you made me aware of the XTM Mammoth. So, of course, you know, just like any avid, collector of RCs, I started doing my homework, and I was lucky enough to actually find one.
You will get to see everything here in another part of this video. Make sure you're a subscriber, and you will not miss out on anything. Is that a motorcycle?
Ducati.
That appears to be a motorcycle.
Tiger, TC3 from Team Associated. Kyosho Stadium Force, MGT. That's actually an HPISS. That's a Kyosho GT3. And then right next to it, it's the Kyosho Inferno Buggy.
All right, bro, we can't give too much away. That's going to be a part 2 of this video. Oh my God, I can't help but to show this in this video. HPI Savage Octane, 3-speed, gas engine, 15cc. Subscribe for more. Let's do an overview of the world's fastest 8-scale truck, the XTM Mammoth. Now I notice in the front here, we have 2 engines. One is the original XTM 24/7, and next to it we have a Force 32. So Ben, tell us, what's the story with those engines? How come you ripped one out and put another one in?
Well, when I first purchased this vehicle, the previous owner actually sent me the original 24/7 motor. He stated that the .32 off-nut was much better, but to be quite honest with you, in order for you to even try to start this, it was a matter of massively heating the engine, loosening up the glow plug, hoping you can get the timing correct, to tighten down the glow plug and keep it running. I turned around, I found another 24/7 that was repinched, and I decided to install it. And I wanted to keep it as original as possible.
This is a beautiful looking chassis. Now for the viewers at home, I'm going to tell you something. This is a very, very long truck. In fact, the body, I just measured it earlier, it's about 2 inches longer than a Savage XL shell alone. Top down view, what we have in the center, the famous 2-speed transmission. That's what made this thing fast. It's got a lot of power and it's got a lot of gearing. Now top down, it's interesting, but when you look at the front, pretty unique shock layout here from XTM. The last, I think, Nitro truck I remember having these kind of side-mounted front shocks was the Kyosho Nitro Crusher, the very first 1990s USA one. Put them like that in the front. What the benefit is, the jury is still out on that. In the rear, we have the same style setup. Pretty smooth shocks in the rear. Good suspension travel. These are, in fact, the original wheels. They still look good. Plenty of life on that chrome. Now, top down, it kind of resembles maybe a buggy. What do you think, Ben? Probably a buggy style layout.
Has a very similar setup to almost like a Duratrax as well.
Yeah, very similar style to a Duratrax. But this thing was actually, unlike a Duratrax, very fast. 52 miles an hour. And that is confirmed with this vintage RC Car Action magazine. It hit 52. We'll take a look at this in a little bit. Now this is one of my vintage magazines that I am going to be gifting to my friend Benjamin. Right there, bro. Congratulations. Take it.
Thank you,
If you want to laminate it, be careful. There's many, many pages.
I will definitely take care of this.
The modern RC Car Action magazines are like 50 pages of electrics.
No.
This, what I want you to do is do a random page flip for us all. Let's see if you land on a Nitro. Okay, well, that wasn't random. We got to restart now because, okay, oh, man, you landed on the XTM. On your first time, you got the random page flip. So, yes, 52 miles per hour on this XTM. Sickening, the original review. Back when every week there was a bigger, there was a faster, there was a tougher Nitro truck, right?
So they claimed.
brand new. How much does it say this thing costs brand new?
I think they're claiming about $400.
Oh yeah, right there. I see $400 brand new, which technically was not ridiculous because the Savage 25 was hovering around the low 400s. The T-Max would have been, and this would have been like a cheaper 2.5 maybe at this time period, maybe even the Pro 15. It would have been high 300s.
They were actually telling me what the competitions were.
Oh
and
yeah.
the prices also.
Interesting. So they're telling us the MGT 21, Savage 21, off the Titan 25, Terra Crusher. Funny they put the Terra Crusher in there.
Look at the off
and the
Titan,
Mammoth.
almost $600.
Oh my God, yeah, the offers were ridiculous. So yeah, here we got the prices. Yeah, the XTM was for sure the cheapest by far. The first one was at the MGT. It was almost $500.
Yeah, actually cheaper than that was the Tamiya Terra Crusher at $385.
And I can confirm that is true because I had it brand new. Yeah. For a nice size comparison, we have the Savage XL K5.9 right next to it. And check out the wheelbase. The wheels are lined up. It is exactly the same wheelbase. Now keep in mind, guys, the Savage XL wasn't produced for at least 5 to 6 years while this XTM Mammoth was already in production. So, I mean, you could say that the Mammoth, yes, in fact, it was the largest 8-scale Nitro monster truck, I think, during that time period. You saw in the magazine, it was competing with just the MGT 21. And this is, in fact, a proper XL Savage. Let's take a quick look at the Savage because I understand when you pull a Savage out, people want to see it, you know. I mean, I could be doing a video about bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches and people still want to see a Savage. LRP 32, great engine for this truck. These are like, what, $190 something on A-Main? Very cheap. Top of the line engine upgrade for this. 3-speed, and these were rated to hit 45, right?
45?
45. I got 46 on mine with a regular 5.9. But during this time period, keep in mind that LRP 32 was not produced. So this would have been, and the XTM Mammoth really would have been the top dog engine, right? Also, do want to mention that many people put these engines into a T-Max if you did get the big block conversions. Oftentimes, you know, any big block conversion will cost you hundreds because basically you needed an entire new chassis during that time period. You couldn't just get like engine mounts. It was like a whole, you needed a new era big block conversion kit. XTM made conversion kits as well. Notice the Savage has the typical style shock setup, just like the T-Max, but XTM said, nope, we don't want typical. We want blue, we want orange. And they gave it to you. Just to give you a good understanding on how huge the body itself is on this truck, let's take the XTM Mammoth body and put it right alongside the Savage XL. Yeah, if we do line up in the rear, even, check that out in the front.
It's over 2 inches.
It's about 2 inches longer, right? But really what it comes down to is the wheelbase. The wheelbase is the same. And keep in mind, guys, as I said just before, the Savage XL wasn't released for about half a decade before the XTM was out there running wild, you know, burning nitro, looking great, and actually much cheaper than most other competition. Frankly, I'm surprised that this truck wasn't as popular. Now, XTM did have many other models, and Ben, you have a couple of them.
I do. I have one other XTM.
And we're going to take a look at that in part 2 or a further video, not this one. This one is dedicated to greatness. It is dedicated to 8-scale vintage nitro trucks, the XTM Mammoth. What about some of the weird things on this XTM Mammoth? There's one really weird thing I see. Now, you know, keep in mind this really wasn't an industry standard type of thing, but take a look at that. As I get closer to the wheel, there's no wheel nut. There's an Allen hex screw. That's right. No wheel nut. Not really an industry standard type of design. I did want to take a look inside to see what size the wheel hubs themselves are. I'm not sure if they're 17 millimeters or not, but I think Ben over there is going to go get a hex nut. We'll take a look inside. But you know, when you're kind of messing around with these old vintage nitros, expect things to get weird. This one, at least, it seems to have foam in the wheels. A lot of these older style nitros, especially from Tower Hobbies, even Schumacher, they had pneumatic wheels, which means they were foam free. All right, so Ben is gonna, I think these look like what, a 3 millimeter?
Absolutely.
3 millimeter?
Yes, sir.
Pretty beefy size screw right there. We're gonna take a look inside, see the wheel knuckles. Oh yeah, so we do have metal knuckles on the inside. I see proper CV drive shafts. Beefy shock stops. All right.
Nope.
Oh man, that is some weird wheel design. It's a pin design. This is similar to the RC10 GT, right?
RC10
How they
GT.
on the pretty much the old stadium trucks.
Yep.
Yeah. So the pin goes directly on the wheel, and then you basically pray that you don't kill the wheel, you don't trip anything. So there it is. Real beefy, but not enough beef.
And very short screws.
Yeah, and oh man, that is like the world's shortest screw I've ever seen.
Yep.
You really got to thread lock that, right? Because like if you don't do enough thread lock, it pops out. This pin right there will just cut through your entire wheel hub, and then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money on wheels. Pretty sickening. You know what, man? Kind of learned something today. XTM Mammoths have some really weird wheel designs, and yes, it's true. Like other RCs had that design, but like they were 10 scale, cheaper race cars, like RC10 GT, Low C Triple XNT. They weren't 8 scale, 52 mile per hour Nitro monster trucks, right? So one of the weird designs, I guess you could say. Special thanks for letting everybody check out this super rare vintage Nitro monster truck, right?
My pleasure.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to get one, but until then, we got people in the Nitro game that have them. So what are your plans for this?
Well, being that this motor was repinched, I'm thinking come springtime, make it out to the track in Staten Island. We can definitely do a break-in on this one, and we still have to break in my XTM accelerator, but Tara Curry definitely has to be a part of this one.
Tara Curry also bought the Nitro accelerator. Let's see, where's yours right here?
Right there.
Oh, I see the box. Top shelf, that's where you want it. Nice. Vintage Nitro accelerator.
This is a nice aftershock that I got from Joe
Oh my God.
Hutchinson.
We're cutting into like part 2 of the video segment over here. Oh, that's the one from Joe Hutchinson?
You got it.
Sickening. You know what? I was holding this before. I kind of wanted to end this video right now, but like, dude, it's pretty light, right?
Extremely, extremely light. It actually almost feels like a buggy.
Yeah, that's probably why they were able to get so much speed out of it.
Possibly. It's kind of funny though when you actually watch a lot of the older videos on this. You don't see too many people doing speed runs on them.
Oh no! Now, well, who else is gonna be doing it? You know, can't buy them at Horizon Hobbies anymore, so or anywhere else. Basically, you gotta pray, you gotta eat your Wheaties, and you gotta buy your vintage
But
Nitros.
I'm definitely very happy to be an owner of one of these.
Oh man, I remember when you called me up and you were like, "I'm getting it." I was excited, right?
Absolutely.
You're gonna read that magazine later?
Most definitely.
Sickening, okay.
And you know what? Like, I can't wait until the spring. You figure I've had it for 2 years already, and I still haven't taken it out for a real run. So.
That's right. I'll get the head warmer ready. I'll get the heat run ready. I'll bring the donuts.
And I'll bring the coffee.
And I'll drive the Prius. Well, bro, thanks so much. Comment, like, subscribe. You know, help us all buy more Nitros, repair them, restore them, and keep this hobby positive and fun and exciting forever. Nitro World Order.
Nitro World Order.